Hey, what's up, campers? Welcome to my season finale review of Total Drama All-Stars, episode 13, the final Wrech-ening. It's kind of stretched right there, I guess, or yeah. This episode was alright. I'll get to that later, but I'll just go right into the description. So the episode starts off with Zoe looking at footage of Mal. And I like to think of this as Zoe getting herself pumped for the final battle. And I do agree with her. Mike has been Mal for a long time. I forgot exactly what episode it happened in, but he's definitely been Mal for a long time. And Mike and his personalities arrive at Mal's tower. They break in, but they quickly find a challenge for themselves: the stairs. And Zoe confessed that she knows Mike is Mal. And honestly, they hinted this throughout the entire season. Zoe's just stupid. I mean, it's simple as that. She believes anything. She also doubts herself a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Just like from watching the episode, she'll have one viewpoint and then think about the other viewpoint. It's like you're questioning yourself too much. Just go with the first thing or whatever. And Chris, he really overhyped this finale. Nothing about it was crazy. Oh, and did you guys spot Owen's coconut as a weapon? I also saw Lightning's spiked leg from the last season finale. This show feels so lonely with only 2 contestants. But then Mal and Zoe get to pick a weapon of their choosing, and they get to shoot down all-stars to be on their team for the finale. Mal gets Heather and Alejandro. Zoe gets Gwen and Cameron. Those don't work perfectly at all. That was sarcasm, by the way. Zoe is pretty good with the bow and arrow. My outdoor adventures class and I shot arrows about 2 weeks ago. It's pretty fun. And Mal's weapon sucked, whatever it was. I guess it's like a rocket launcher, but it was like filled with beans or something. I don't know. And then Owen's back. Yeah, he sealed the people in the balloons with his butt. It's gross, but Owen's back. Yeah. I always like to think of Owen as like just the main character of like the entire series. And Heather and Alejandro are like together in a relationship because they no longer have to fight over money. And I guess money was getting in the way, but like later in the episode, it doesn't even seem like that. And then Chris thought it was disgusting. I thought it was funny. I mean, what if he threw up again like he did with Gwen's painting? That would be so funny. And that was so funny when he threw up on the painting. Oh, man. I like how he explained to them like 3 times that they couldn't win. Because, they just like weren't affected by what he said at all. And the final challenge is a huge moat with 3 levels. One with toxic waste, one with lava, and one with water, and a shark. I'm unsure if the shark was Fang or not. I guess it doesn't really matter. But at the top of the moat, there's a sword, which the winner will claim, and then that's how they win. But Mike, what the heck happened, man? I thought you gave Zoe a nice necklace. Who gives a girl they're not dating a necklace with their face on it? That's just weird. It's like, hey, I like you, and you like me. Here's a necklace with my face on it, but we're not dating yet. We're not going to date yet, but here's my face. So whenever you need me, I want you to look at that, and you will have me, but we're not dating. By the way, we're not dating. So at the first level of the moat, it almost seemed like Alejandro was trying to sabotage Mal. He was bending the stick. I don't know. They didn't like say anything else on that, but he was like bending the stick. Like if he just broke that would be kind of screwed up. But Mal, he pole vaults over the toxic waste, and I had a feeling that Cameron's bubble was going to end up in the toxic waste some way or another. But I didn't think it would be as a means to help them. Zoe's team uses his bubble to like get across the moat, and then Mal reaches the next level, and Zoe's team does as well. And then Mal reaches the top of the tower, and he learns that if he gets... Oh, not Mal. Mike reaches the top of the tower, Mal's tower inside of his head, and he learns that if he gets rid of Mal, he will reset everything. meaning no personalities. And as I said before, Mal is just taking people out. He took down Cameron and Gwen, and he even left his own teammates behind. He's a true villain. I just love this character. After just Zoe reaches the 3rd level, Mal jumps on top of her, and then they fall in the water. But it's like, boom, in an instant, Mike is back. They could have handled this better. Like, if Zoe was in danger or something, and Mike had to return to save her because Mal wouldn't, that would have been good. I don't know, Zoe is about to be eaten by this shark, and then he's like, I'm sorry, guys, but I have to press the button, and then, just, like, make them all disappear. And I think that would have been a better ending to, like, the wonderful character of Mal. And the stuff in Mike's head really made no sense. Like, a lot of random things happened. If Mal could have built a tower, why didn't he just fight Mike inside of his head? He gets hit, and boom, he just disappears. I don't even know what he got hit with. It was like some kind of mind thing or whatever. It's just like the logic inside of Mike's head. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And Mal's death, I guess, or just him disappearing, it was kind of weak. Mike now has all the powers for his personalities. Like, he gained all their powers and stuff. I'm not sure what he gained from Chester. Chester was just like an old guy. But he's like athletic now with Smith Lana. And I forgot what the other ones could do. They weren't really in this season that much. Just like inside of his head. But that's cool. But it really makes him like an overpowered contestant. And after this, it was even more obvious that he would win. I already guessed the majority of the people voted for Mal/Mike, and then after he gains like all the powers of his personality, it's like, yeah, he's gonna win this. But in either ending, Mal disappears, so that logic kind of doesn't really apply. And then everyone's kissing, and Chris is just mad, and he's just like, anyone can win now. And I totally thought this was gonna happen. Well, I figured there would be some trickery in the game in which Heather or Alejandro won, but now everyone can win. And I love how fast Alejandro and Heather just turned on each other. And there were a lot of wasted ideas in this finale. In our finale probably would have been more epic, like how I had no doubt that either Mike or Zoe would have won. The other players just didn't seem serious about it. Just get out of the water, who was in the water? It was like, yeah, Alejandro and Heather, like, fighting in the water. And it's just like, get out of the water. And did you notice that the finale had almost all the winners of each season, except Duncan, who's in jail, and I didn't have Beth. Because, they had, like, the alternate winners, kind of, we had Gwen and Owen, Duncan and Beth weren't in it. Season 3, Heather and Alejandro. Season 4 was Cameron and Lightning. Lightning wasn't in this. It was kind of like that. Yeah, so there you go. And the ending was just kind of lame. Mike just went up and got the sword. They could have dueled or something. I don't know, like given each one of them a sword and just fought. It seemed like there was there was just like no challenge whatsoever. And, like, where was Commando Zoe? You could have brought that back. She could have at least given Mike a challenge or something. It just seemed like Mike was just owning her after he got his personalities back. And Mal was an awesome character, but the show, or this season, did focus way too much on him. If you focus too much on one character, it's kind of obvious who's going to the finale. What sort of drama or development did we get this season? Duncan and Gwen broke up. Whatever, wasn't a big deal. Alejandro's legs actually work, and Scott and Courtney have a strange relationship. I don't know what they're doing, but the first short season was good, the last season, and then the second one was which was this season. They probably should have added more of their large cast, focused on someone other than Mal and Mike. It would have been better if Mal would have won instead of Mike, maybe end the season on a cliffhanger. I'm just saying, I hope the network sees this because I think I have some good ideas that could really help out the show. It was an alright season finale. That's just like the problem. It wasn't amazing. And frankly, some of the episodes before it were better. and the finale is just supposed to be like up there. It's supposed to be really good. Other characters could have gotten development. They could have gotten more development. And I just noticed this, but Total Drama Action was also a short series too. It had development. Every other episode was a recap, so you can kind of consider that to be a short season. And they really could have just made this season better. So I was checking out what people were saying about it. One that really stuck out to me was that it wasn't dramatic enough, and total drama. Yeah, it's got drama in the title. Perhaps they should have slowed down on. They should slow down on how fast they're producing the show now. And as I've said numerous times, a season with more characters and more episodes will benefit the show. Just put all the characters in there and just go all out. I don't know. Also, what happened to the other contestants who just floated off into the sun? I mean, they just floated off. There was like nothing else said about them. Did they die? And people were discussing this stuff way too intensely on Facebook. Like, too far, guys. You need to calm down. It's just a cartoon. And it does seem like Mal has become a fan favorite. A lot of people were talking about him. And considering this network's track record, I can't talk. Considering this network's track record, or like the people that are producing the show, anything that's popular will be brought back or reused. They can make Mal an actual person separate from Mike, or they could even give another character personalities, or just make another mean villain. If this idea works, they're probably going to bring it back. So, episode kind of ends off with the island just blowing up and everything's underwater. And then Chris said the first All-Star season. So, there could be a second one. Who knows? I think that would be awesome. We get another All-Star season, get some of the other villains and some of the other characters. I don't know. I think they got most of the people. But, some of the villains got eliminated early. They could... I don't know, they might have gotten all the villains, but some people have been kind of evil and then they aren't that evil. I don't know. They have more good characters than bad. That's kind of the problem. You can't really do another All-Star season unless you're going to just reuse the same characters. Well, you can have more good ones. You get my point. I'm talking way too much about that. But this finale just wasn't that good, and it might be the worst compared to Total Drama Action. I still love the show, though. So, time to go over the next season. New island, new contestants, 14 of them. That's about it. Good talk. So, thank you for watching my review of Total Drama All-Stars. I think it's Emmy Mation might be making Mal's Greatest Hits. That thing I was talking about that I wanted people to make. That person might be making it. And if it does come out, I'll tell you. But that's about it. Follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. I'm SirMel11, and I'll see you later, campers. Oh, yeah. The show could go on for 10 seasons, so, yeah. I'm gonna be so old. Bye.